Julie. Welcome to my channel. You're watching Treasures Made from Yarn, and in this video I'm actually going to show you how to make this Bushy Stitch dishcloth. It's a very simple one row repeat. It's just a group of 2 single crochets. So we will proceed on a minute, but to give some context for this tutorial is that part of the tutorial is already out, or a preview of it is at the end of a Scrubby Sunday video. So if you have seen that video, you've already seen how to start making this dishcloth, but this is the full tutorial on how to make this. So this dishcloth is made with the Dishy yarn from Knit Picks. And this dishcloth is made from We Love This Yarn from Hobie. So you can use any size 3 or 4 cotton yarn to make this dishcloth. For this tutorial I had used a size G hook, or actually I think this one's a G plus. But alright, without further ado, let's get started on making these dishcloths. And we are going to show how I made, we'll call it our Bushy dishcloth. And we're going to use the Dishy multi breast weight yarn. And I'm going to use it's a G, but I think this is a G plus. So anyway, we're going to make a chain. We're going to make a chain of 32. One of the things I noticed that this seems really nice. It doesn't fray as much. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are 32. Okay, so from the 3rd chain from the hook, we are going to do two single crochets, then we're going to skip 1 chain and then do 2 single crochets in the next, skip 1, and we're going to skip, I don't know if you can see, we're in the purple part, it's dark, skip 1 chain and then 2 chain in the next, skip 1 chain, 2 single crochets in the next, skip 1, 2 in the next, and we're just going to keep doing this till there should be 1 chain left on the end. Okay. Okay, so we are down. We have 1 chain at the end that's left. Just do 1 single crochet in this last chain. Alright, and this is a 1 row repeat, so after this row, that's it. You just repeat this 1 row we're about ready to do. So we're going to chain 1, skip the first single crochet, and 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Again, skip 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets in the next. Skip 1 single crochet and 2 in the next. And then you just repeat that until we get to the end. Alright, you notice that we have one single crochet left. Do one single crochet in that. Chain 1 and 2. There you go, you just repeat that one row. I did about 12 rows of my other dishcloths. If you need to do, you want to make this till it looks like a square, so if you need to do less, you do less, or if you need to do more, you do more. So, okay, I have finished off the dishy. I had finished off the dishcloth using the dishy yarn from Knit Picks, and I finished it off, and I forgot to record how I did the border. So now I have this other project that I'm using We Love yarn from Hobie. So just to give reference, it says you continued that one row until you had about the size of the square. There are 26 rows, or you can see every 2 rows has this ridge on it, so you would need about 13 of those ridges. That's what I got to make the square, and that was the case with the dishy one. So I am not quite finishing up this last row because we are going to do the border in this color, and I'm going to change colors on the last stitch. So this last stitch was a single crochet. And we switch it over to red. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. Now I need to cut off this other yarn. We are going to turn now. Now this first stitch that we were skipping before, we're going to do 3 single crochets. Okay, and then we're going to proceed to this row as normal. So we had normally done 2 single crochets in this stitch, so we're in the next stitch we're doing 2 single crochets, and we're going to proceed the rest of this row as normal. We skip 1 and do 2 single crochets. Skip 1 and we do 2 single crochets. We're going to proceed doing that until we get to the end of the row. Alright. We're back. Remember we had this last stitch, single crochet stitch on the end. We would normally do 1 single crochet, but this is for the border. We are putting 3 single crochets in this last stitch. We are going to turn our work to our side, and now we're going to do the 2 single crochets for like every 2 rows. So this first, you see, for the side, for every 2 rows we're going to put 2 single crochets. So just know how many times we're doing that. So we're doing it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Right, so we're going to do that 12 times because when we get to the end here, we're going to put our corner of 3 single crochets. Alright, so for 11 more times on this side, we're going to just put 2 single crochets for every 2 rows. Alright, so we have our 12 2 single crochet little clusters along the side. And now we are back at the corner and we are going to put 3 single crochets, probably in the corner of our dishcloth. Oh, we're going to get our tail involved here. Alright, so now we are back at the foundation row. So we are going to put the corresponding 2 single crochets with every cluster from before. So we want like 15 of those in along the bottom. I think I've been putting them in the spaces between them. Probably got this tail here. Oh, never mind. We could put the tail along or not, but we want 2 single crochets to rip for each. We want to do another 15 single crochets. This is, I've been kind of putting them in for each one. Actually, I probably should have put that there. No, let me see. Because we got one here. Actually, hold on. Alright, disregard. Alright, so yeah, we got our one of our clusters here. So we're going to put 2 single crochets. Each 2 single crochets that were on our foundation row. So there's one right there, so that's 2. That's 3. That is 15. So obviously we are back at our corner. That is, put 3 single crochets in the corner. And then we do the same thing on this side as we did the other side. 2 single crochets for every 2 rows. So in this case it'll be 12 again because the 13th row is where the corners are. Because remember we had 13 pairs of 2 or 26 rows. So again we're going to do like 12 on the side. If we can see our ridge for every 2 rows, again 2 single crochets for every 2 rows. Okay, we have reached the end, so all we're going to do is slip stitch with our first stitch. To finish that off. going in the next stitch. And going into the back loop. Right, I'm going to finish sewing my ends in and then I will be back. And there you have it. This Bushy Stitch dishcloth is complete. Now, if you can, I mean, you could probably make this pattern into, you can probably use this pattern for any project, not just a dishcloth. You can make it into a scarf or maybe even a blanket. I think as long as your foundation row, you start out with an even number of stitches. If you want to adapt this into a bigger project. So that is all I have. If you did like this video, please give it a like. Want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you always for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.